More European countries are beginning to ease pandemic restrictions. The Chinese authorities have confiscated more than 89 million poor-quality face masks. And 3 men in northern India have been arrested for the gang rape of a woman who is in quarantine for COVID-19. More European countries have begun easing coronavirus restrictions. As the daily number of deaths and infections in Spain continues to fall, 6 million Spanish children have emerged from weeks of confinement. They're allowed outside under adult supervision for an hour a day. This young girl tells us what she's been missing.
To
go to the streets, to the park. I never thought I'd miss school, but I tell you I do.
Germany has already announced a cautious timetable for easing restrictions. Face masks will become compulsory in shops and on public transport from Monday. Italy, while allowing some businesses to reopen this week, is keeping schools shut until September. On Sunday, Italy reported its lowest coronavirus death toll in over a month, with 260 daily fatalities. Italy's COVID-19 death toll now stands at more than 26,600. That's second only to the United States. Britain's stand-in leader, Dominic Raab, says the government must be cautious about easing the UK lockdown to avoid a second spike in coronavirus cases. He says social distancing will continue for some time.
I think with the lockdown, it's not just been a strain on people physically, economically. I think there is a lot of mental health challenges, and anyone with small children will know that. So we do want to look, when it's safe, when it's responsible, at ways to allow more outdoors activities to take place. But again, we've got to have the evidence that that is a sure-footed step and doesn't allow coronavirus to get a grip back on the country.
Sure. The latest daily death toll in hospitals in the UK is 413. More nations are using or adopting tracing apps in the fight against the pandemic. In Germany, the app, developed by Google and Apple, will use Bluetooth to alert smartphone users when they've been in contact with someone infected with the coronavirus. The Australian government has also launched an app. From Sydney, Phil Mercer.
The Australian government has said the voluntary app will help to save lives. Smartphone users who download it will be quickly notified if they've had contact with another user who's tested positive for coronavirus. It uses Bluetooth signals to log when people have been close to one another.
Iran plans to reopen mosques and allow Friday prayers to resume in parts of the country. Saudi Arabia is partially lifting its lockdown from Sunday. Shopping malls and shops will be allowed to reopen from Wednesday for 2 weeks during Ramadan. A 24-hour curfew, though, will remain in force in Mecca. The Chinese authorities have confiscated more than 89 million poor-quality face masks. A government official says market regulators have also seized large quantities of ineffective disinfectant. In Germany, medical wholesalers say they've almost run out of masks. The third largest supplier to the nation says despite stockpiling in anticipation of the new measures, demand is outstripping supply. Damien McGuinness reports from Berlin.
From Monday, anyone travelling on public transport in Germany will have to wear a face mask. And in most parts of the country, that rule applies in shops too. But that's leading to a shortage of medical face masks that protect the wearer from infection. These new rules, though, are about not infecting other people. So a homemade cloth mask or scarf can also be used.
In France, the police say they've seized the biggest consignment yet of face masks destined for sale on the black market. Police in the North Indian state of Rajasthan have arrested 3 men who are accused of gang raping a woman who was in quarantine for coronavirus. Joe McGivering reports.
The woman was a daily wage earner who became stranded in southeastern Rajasthan, unable to work because of the lockdown. She tried to walk home to Jaipur, more than 100 kilometres away, but got lost. Local police told her to spend the night in a deserted school building, distanced from other people in case she had the coronavirus. But the woman was gang raped there after dark.
The Dutch authorities have cordoned off 2 mink farms in the south of the Netherlands after some of the animals tested positive for coronavirus. It's thought they picked it up from infected workers. Walkers and cyclists have been told to stay at least 400 metres away. It's the country's first confirmed case of an animal infected with the disease. A cat in neighbouring Belgium was found to have it last month. Officials say there's no evidence that pets can transmit the disease to humans. Stay safe and thank you for listening. This